First of all, these are two of the smartest guys in the industry. Would you please, for all they've given to the industry and being involved in this project, I want to give you guys another hand. Please give them a great hand. We're just going to wait for them to queue up the final PowerPoint. Anyway, you guys are the sales warriors. I can tell you, many of you have been here for the full 3 hours, and I got to let you know that's a commitment of time. It's a commitment of interest, and I believe that it's going to make a huge difference, hopefully for you when you go back to your stores. And if I don't fall off the stage here, that'll be a good thing too, so watch me closely. First of all, I want to get into what happens now after you've gone through the selling process, the sale after the sale. And it's really about the long-term customer, not just a short-term event. Got to ask this question. Danny, do you have the microphone? Yeah. I need just a couple fast answers. I've thought about this long and hard. What is the value of a happy customer for life?
Anybody got an idea?
Think about it as a customer.
There you go, Joel.
If they're happy, they tell lots of people that they had a great experience at your store. And,
excellent.
And then you get more happy customers.
I want you to put a number on it for me. I want you to give me a hard and fast dollar. Just pick a number.
I'd say right around $20,000, George.
20,000. Anyone have another number?
Sounds like the price is right. Who's got another price? Come on down. There we go.
Our store, actually, we have a customer that loves us and tells all his friends, and we actually pulled the numbers for 1 year, and it was about 120,000.
Now, I like that number, but I got to ask you something. If he thinks his customers are worth $120,000, how does he interact with them? We actually spent a lot of time going and looking at this ourselves. We came up with a number that we believe is fairly accurate. I'm going to show you how we came up with it, but we picked a number of about $50,000. And we look at that as the average value of a lifetime customer, and this is what we looked at. Here are the value considerations. The repeat purchases over the many years, and we look at it as an average of 20 years. We have many customers that have been shopping with us. We've been in business, it'll be our 32nd year. We are looking at some customers that have been with us from the beginning, but we're saying an average of about 20 years. That's the small part of the value. The efficient purchases just means when they come in, they've already got a relationship with us. It just happens a lot faster, and there's a value to that. The third one is the most valuable part. It's the referral side. It's their friends, it's their neighbors, it's their band members, it's the people they come in contact with. And there is a way of actually quantifying this issue. And last, this is a new one that we've added to the mix. It's the testimonial. Many of you here, I'm sure, have bought on eBay or Amazon. Have you all done that? You bought products, and have you noticed that if the rating system is low, you tend not to buy? So if the testimonial is low and it's on eBay, you won't buy from that person, even if they have the lowest price. Testimonials are the new way that we brand our companies, and there's a high value to that. So what we want is customers for life. There's three things: relationship building, permission marketing, which means we find out about you, we ask if we can stay in touch, and we stay in touch with you, and asking for referrals. I want to show you a few examples, real life examples of how you can do some relationship building, and many of you probably do this. Thank you cards are happening out there, right? Many of you doing it? Excellent. We have something where we send it to every customer who purchases over $50, and they can do it under that, but every customer, no matter what they buy, they're getting a thank you card, and we actually measure that to our transactions, and we track it to make sure that every customer is getting that. It's consistent. We use a contact system where if we've asked you to stay in touch, we have a special card. It has our company logo on it, has some pictures of our stores, and it has an easy way on the back of that card that you can keep in touch with your customers and ask them to come back in and tell them about things going on in your company. We do educational events. I mentioned it earlier, but anyone who buys a beginning instrument under $200 will get a guitar basics workshop. We run them monthly. We run somewhere in the vicinity of about 50 to 100 people a month through each store. They come to these workshops, and it explains what we'll do there. It goes out to every customer who bought in the beginner area. More relationship building. We have a guitar club. If you buy a guitar, we want to make sure we actually get you in a community. We have a frequent buyer club card that they get as part of the guitar club. They get a free set of strings. We do a special deal with some of the manufacturers to get special pricing, which is always a good thing, and we allow them to come in and we punch that on a monthly basis. Permission marketing means I want to find out about you, and then I want to use that information to bring you back in. This is an example of a application we called for our very important players club, a VIP club, and we'll find out about you, what you play, how long, information that we can use then to stay in touch with you. And we catalog this and we use it to then do email and postcard and keep in touch like we said we would on things that are important to you. So it's extremely important that we're working that relationship so that we keep them on top of mind, so they keep coming and seeing us. Then we talked about referrals. This is where the high value is. I want to show you an example, fast clip, of a customer at one of our stores. And I'm going to show you this device. I call it my little magic box. You've seen these. They range between $120 and $199, and they're video cameras. Every location has these in their stores. And what we do is we go around when we have happy customers that just like what has happened, and we ask them, would you mind doing a testimonial? Tell the other customers about your experience at our company. And so what we do is it might look something like this. Let's hope it works.
I absolutely love George's music. Every time I come in here, everyone is so responsive and they always help me, and I've never ever come in here without tremendous enthusiasm and help from the associates. Thank you very much.
Now you can imagine the value in that. It's not us speaking, it's our customers. We probably have at this point upwards of 100 testimonials that are on these little short video clips, and we are using them on our website. We are using them in all kinds of things that we're marketing to our customers. This is no cost to you. This is what they call guerrilla marketing. And the value of what a customer says about our shop, that's what means something to the next customer. What I say about it sounds like a sales pitch, but what our customers say about it, that's true and that's real. So I would recommend, if you don't have one of these things that are so cool. By the way, I use this with the product side. I went and I bought some Taylor custom guitars at the convention. So I went up to Bob Taylor and I said, hey, you're hanging around here, man. Would you mind picking up a couple of these custom shops, and why don't you tell my customers at home why this is a cool guitar? So we took this thing, I got them on here right now, and I'm going to take them back. I'm going to actually give that video along with the sale of those $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 guitars. I guarantee you it'll mean an awful lot to the customers to actually hear about their guitar from the guy that started the company and was involved in the production of those instruments. So referrals, extremely valuable. Testimonials, can't put a dollar value on this, what it can do for you in helping you get more customers to shop with you. Another thing is using the idea of clubs and groups, but MySpace. We have set up all kinds of information on our MySpace page, creating communities of players. And what happens is, and some of you are doing this, how many are doing MySpace pages now? Do we have anyone? A lot. Have you noticed that some of your customers, they like to actually talk about your shop? And so what you get is you have it, it's right front lines with your customers talking about your shop and how great it is to buy at your particular stores. You can't knock this, it's all but free, and it does create an incredible amount of new customers. We've also taken that further. We have a George's Music Worship Association. And what we do is we invite the people from the churches to come into our shop, and we talk to them about new products that are going on, and we get them to be introduced to each other and create a sense of community. Then we have them as a club, so we can send broadcast emails out with them, we can invite them to events just for them. We look for referrals from within this association. We've taken that further, and we've actually started teacher associations at our locations. We do instruct at most of our stores, but we don't look at the private teachers as competition. We look at them as people that are helping us develop new players and allowing us to stay in business. And we try to reach out to the teachers in all the markets, and we put them into an association, we offer them specials, we interact with them, we ask them to send their students into our locations, trying again to develop that sense of community. I want you to consider to go the road less traveled, as I like to think of it. And here's 3 things that are involved in the road less traveled. This is where most people, this is where the action creates the reality. I call it the 3 Ds. The first thing is to define, the second thing is to determine, and the last thing here is to deliver. And I want to talk briefly about those 3 Ds. When we said that the selling process is important, if it's not actually written down, if it's not actually clearly understood by everyone in the company, it's not really a process. It's more of something by default. And what we're looking is for something by design. Design means you write down exactly how you want the selling process to happen when a customer walks into your store. So I want to just show you, this is a fast video clip. By the way, I showed you these cameras. They make really cool tripods for them. They even make something called a monopod. It's a stick, you know, put this thing on it so you got a nice, clean thing. This is just a really fast video clip of what we would want to have happen in our stores on the introduction. And by the way, we wear suits and ties in these introductions, but obviously not all our associates are dressed like that. But it gives you an idea of what we're looking to have happen on an initial interaction with the customer, our 2-minute part. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to the store. What's your
Thank
name?
you. I'm Neil.
Hey, thanks for coming in. I'm George.
Hi, George.
Very fast, really, really simple, maybe speaking a little too quickly, but you get an idea and you can explain to your staff by using these little cameras, you just shoot what you want it to look like, and they get a great idea when they're brand new coming into your company, how they can deliver the precise service that you're looking to deliver to those customers. Then you got to determine what results you want. That's that step process. We have a 10-second rule. And all that means is the basic greeting, and as I believe Kevin had mentioned, I don't like to ask people questions when they first come in. I want to give to them. I want to say, great to see you, if I know who they are. I want to welcome them back to the store if I've seen them before. I want to thank them for coming in. It's a way you're giving to your customer. You're not saying, how are you? Or, weather's great, isn't it? That's a take from the customer. You want to give to the customer. We have a 10-second rule on that. The 2-minute rule is just, we want that interaction to occur where we have a name exchange, we find out who you are and start developing a relationship. Interesting statistic, about 86% of our customers are repeat. One of the things we want to do is make sure that when they walk in the door, we know them by name. Every morning in all of our locations, we do a morning huddle. Many of you people probably do the same thing. If you do a morning huddle, could you raise your hand and just get in a point of reference? A couple of, great. And what we do is we talk about the customers that came in the day before, the top customers, so that everybody can remember who they were, what they bought, and what their name was. It helps so when they come back in, people remember that customer. So we also use the participative selling process. We have it documented out. There's 46 things we want to have happen if you walk into our stores. They're on an actual piece of paper. They're clearly stated as to what we want to have you experience. And we're going to probably keep increasing those, but it's 46. Then we want to make sure our customers are thanked and invited back. There might be 50, there might be 100 things that you want to have happen, but if you don't document them and you don't train people, then you don't have a process. The process is, you know what you want, you train consistently, you have a way of measuring it, that's your process. So, how do we do it? How do we make sure that it is happening? We use mystery shop service. We do approximately 30 to 40 shops a month. On those shops, those 46 things are listed. And we have them report back to us. Did that happen? Did they get greeted in 10 seconds? Were they approached within 2 minutes? Did they use the selling process that we're looking for? Were they introduced to another associate in the store? Did the manager come up and introduce themselves to them? We're looking for it all. We want to make sure that they're getting all the things that make us different, that make the relationship valuable, that make it that they want to come to us and no one else. And by the way, when you do these things, you spoil your customer. You know, they go to your competitor and they don't get greeted and they don't have a 2-minute interaction and no one's really thanking them and they don't get introduced. And the difference between you and your competition is night and day. That is your winning differentiation. This is just a little bit of the service evaluation we want to have happen for a mystery shopper. It's approximately 3 pages long and they do it online and we have a web-based system, we get the information back. We track year by year the difference in everything that we're doing on the customer service side so that we can see what the improvements are. By the way, this doesn't cost you anything. I started this about 15 years ago. I just took people that came in, they were actually applying for a job, and I said to them, listen, you know, you're interested in working for a company, would you be willing to help us out? And some mystery shop evaluation. So I just recruited the people that wanted to work for our company anyway. And what we found is that we got great information back from those people. So you don't need any money for this. You're just trying to find out what you want to have happen. You're asking people to measure it. You're making sure that your associates are being trained and you're delivering the goods. It's unbelievable the impacts that this has on the customer service results that you get with your, you know, how they feel about you. It's just, they'll tell so many friends. You won't have to worry about new customers. So what do we want? We want customers for life. We got to have a quality training process. Not an idea, not a concept, a process. Process means written. Process means measured. We want to make sure that there's consistency. If you only get it half the time, then it's not a process. You want something that you can rely on. Just like if you go to your favorite restaurant, if they're making French food and it's your favorite French restaurant, you want it to be great when you go back next time. You're not looking for inconsistency. And you're looking for results that increase sales. Isn't that what we're here for even today? Why do you want to learn about selling? And part of it is you want to make sure that your companies are strong. You want to make sure that when people are coming in, there's a reason that they come back again. You want to make sure that when the crazy world around us seems like it might be a little bit unwieldy, that you have some control over your own destiny. And that's what we're trying to provide by looking at these processes. So we want customers for life. And so that's what we end up getting. The pictures that are on the screen here that I put together, this is the emotional needs of our customers. When they smile and they're interacting and their thumbs are up and they're hugging their customers, and a little child is maybe playing guitar for the first time and he may play it for the rest of his life. These are the things that we're really looking to do when we're selling. We're looking to build relationship. We're looking to have people come to us and no one else. We're looking to make a difference and have a purpose when we go into work every day. Someone had mentioned in an earlier presentation about motivation. All I can tell you is that I've been doing this for almost 32 years. I am highly motivated. I'm motivated because I think of this every day. I don't think of it from the standpoint of just the nuts and bolts. I think of the bigger picture. Many of you have been in the industry because you love it. It's a passion industry. I appeal to you to take the great service that you're already giving. Document it. It's your differentiation. Measure it so you can see how to improve it. Hug the customers that are coming in. Treat them like your best friend. Make it so that your competition has no competition with you. You are setting a different standard. It has nothing to do with the products or the prices. It has everything to do with you, who you are. That's what we wanted to do with our 3-hour session today. We wanted to show you some process, but we wanted to talk to you about the deeper meaning of what it is we do in the music business. We wanted to appeal to the bigger picture, the higher vision of what we do every day.